Greetings, annoying villagers and thunder goats. I'm Kevin, and this is 11 Elden Things in the Altus Plateau. We're finally up here, so close to the Erd Tree, but the door is locked, and the only way forward is through the
perfume department.
There's plenty of things you can miss here, and because my name is Kevin, I can sample 11 of those things for you. Anyone else who does this idea will be made into horseshoes. Before I get to the locations, I'll brief you on what info I'll be discussing, as well as providing a map-only option for those who want a more blind experience. So stick around, spoiler-free gang. Here's the general guidelines. Heavy spoilers will be avoided as always, but for those who want even less information, you can go to this time, or click the map-only timestamp in the description. You have 10 seconds starting now to skip ahead if you want. Feel free to explore the map there, but for everyone else, let's get to the list. Before we get to the hidden things, I'm going to briefly checklist the area. In the Altus Plateau, there is 1 Everjail. Each of the 2 churches has a sacred tier, 1 rise tower with no memory stone, 4 ruins, 2 ore tunnels, which this ore tunnel has a somber stone miner bell bearing, which allows you to buy, upgrade materials, 1 Erd Tree, 2 catacombs, including the hero's grave, which we may be covering in this video, and 2 caves. Please note that there's actually a cave here underneath the stairs. This place is very missable. Now that we've gotten all of that, let's move on to number 1. The first thing on our list is located here at Sage's Cave. You probably stumbled upon this cave already, but you could have missed any number of items that were hidden behind illusionary walls. There are a ton in this cave. I'm not going to walk you through the cave, you'll be able to do that yourself, but I will show you all the items you can get so you know if you've missed anything. You will be able to get a Lost Ash of War, the Candle Tree Wooden Shield, a Black Hood, the Raptor Talons weapon, the Skeletal Mask and Raptor Black Feathers, which looks very cool, the Family Heads, and the Concealing Veil Charm. Once you've gathered all of that, let's head up the hill. The second thing we're going to be covering is this sort of NPC area around the entry of the Altus Plateau. Going up here to this location, you will likely find Millicent. If you don't know who Millicent is, we covered her in our Caelid video along with another NPC. Progressing through the steps there will allow her to move forward, which will be at this location. You can talk to her to get some dialogue here and there, but she will not be able to move forward until later in the video. Since we're in this area, I will also mention that if you come up through the broken cart area, you'll likely find Raya somewhere around in the area. And if you come up through the elevator, she'll be located there. She will only be there if you completed the quest in Liurnia, and you can talk to her and she will transport you to Volcano Manor. However, we will not be covering Volcano Manor in this episode, and it's not that important because you'll be running there later anyway, so don't worry about that too much. The third thing we're going to be covering is night encounters. I'm actually a little disappointed with the Altus Plateau because there's only 1 night encounter located right here. You know how it works at this point. Come here at nighttime and you will be able to get the Ash of War shared order. Moving on. The fourth thing we're going to be covering is this area here that I like to refer to as the boss stairs. If you've been to this location, you likely know why I call this the boss stairs. But just in case you missed anything, I will let you know that killing the 2 enemies at the top of the stairs will allow you to get the Erd Tree Great Shield. I should also note that to the south in the large crater, there is another encounter. However, I don't think it gives you any weapons, but it's something to do if you're interested. Number 5 is located at the Second Church of Marika. As stated before, there will be a sacred tier here. However, we're going to be focusing on a specific NPC encounter. If you've watched my videos and kept up with everything, you should be able to progress the NPC Yura's questline up to this point, but just in case, I will briefly go over what you had to do to get to this point. You had to have talked to him in Limgrave and encountered him in these locations. You had to have assisted them in the Rhea Lucaria Academy over here on the bridge. I covered this in my Rhea Lucaria video, if you're interested. Anyway, doing all of that will allow you to encounter Yura here, and you will be able to get Eleanor's Pole Blade, a Wondrous Physic piece, and the Nagakiba. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. Which I believe is the longest katana in the game. For reference, this is the starting katana that the samurai class begins with, and this is the katana you will be getting. Remember, ladies, size does not matter. Number 6 is here at the Shaded Castle. Usually places that have shade don't really get affected by rain that much, but I guess anything is possible when I'm recording. Before we get to the castle itself, we will start at this barren western area. Here you'll be able to get the ant spur rapier, Mariah's mask, and Mariah's robe. Going into the castle itself, there's a lot of area to cover, but there's not a lot of items. I will note at the back left corner, you'll be able to get a quest item, which when given to Millicent will allow her to move her quest further to a new location. And at the end of this mini legacy dungeon, you will be able to get the Briar Great Shield and Mariah's Executioner's Sword. One last thing that you might not have realized, if you have completed all of Volcano Manor, you will actually be able to find Patches at this location here. He will give you a quest item for another NPC who is still in the Volcano Manor, but he doesn't actually seem to do anything. In fact, currently, this is his last known location for me, and it seems like the quest item here doesn't actually do anything. Now, I'm not going to say that this will be like this forever. For example, there was a patch that made it so several characters, including the character from Mistwood, had their questline moved forward after. So at some point, there may be a content update that will make this more useful of an encounter, but for now, just remember that this is here. The seventh thing we're going to be covering is the painting that is also found in the Shaded Castle. Interacting with it in this early poison area, you will be able to go to this location where you can get the harp bow. Yes, the bow does make noise when playing it, however the song it plays is not very good. Since we're in this area, I'm going to be covering the dragon from the start of the area. When you first come into the Altus Plateau up the ramp, you will encounter the dragon, which when fought, will disappear to a different location. That second location is up on this hill near where the harp bow was found. I figured I'd mention this because when I came up here, the dragon didn't always spawn for me, and so it's very likely that someone would have missed this simply because the game decided, hey, you don't deserve a fight. Beating this encounter will allow you to get the Land Sex's Glaive Mirror. Another cowardly dragon. I don't understand this game. The ninth thing I'm going to be mentioning is the Sainted Hero's Grave. In this dungeon catacomb, you will be able to get the Black Knife, Crimson Seed Talisman, Lindell Soldier Spirit Ashes, Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +1, and Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff Summon. I will not be walking you through this catacomb, however I will leave you a hint. Nightlights make the demons go away. The 10th thing we're going to be covering is the Windmill Village. I'm first going to start at the 3 windmills area to the west. To the westmost windmill, you'll be able to get the Giant Rat Summon, as well as the Battle Mage set on top of this ledge. Along the bridge, you'll be able to talk to the Gold Mask NPC. This will be important later. And to the central windmill, you will be able to get the Twinned Knight Sword and Noble set. Moving on to the village itself, you will be able to find multiple items. Hang on a minute. In the village, you will be able to get the Celebrant Skull, Scoring Black Flame Miracle, and the Godskin Peeler. Also, once you've defeated everything in this area, and you've given Millicent the quest item from number 6, she will move to the top of this location, where you'll have to talk to her to progress her questline forward. The 11th thing we're going to be covering is Brother Corrin. You probably know who Brother Corrin is. He's the cleric dude in the hub area who you can learn miracles from. Once you've come far enough, you can talk to him in the hub area and he will move to the Altus Plateau for a journey of his own. You will find him here where he will sell new miracles to you and he'll show interest in finding a certain other NPC. That NPC is Goldmask, which you talked to earlier. You can tell him where he is and he'll move to Goldmask's location where their questline will continue together. Over time, this will unlock many new miracles for you to get, so it's of your interest to follow this questline forward. A quick bonus, in case you missed this, if you were doing the Saluvis Special Potion quest, the item he needs to make his special potion is found in this pit over here. It's called the Amber Starlight. I provided information on Saluvis' quest before in my 11 More Things in Liurnia video. However, I did not talk too much about this specific quest itself. It is your choice to progress this if you wish. I am only showing you where the piece actually is. So that was 11 Elden Things in the Altus Plateau. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I did my best to make the video entertaining while focusing on the likely missable things. If you're not done looking at the map with all the numbers and the bonus dot, pause now because I'm going to switch over to the non-marked map. For those who skipped ahead, here's the map. No spoilers from this point on. If you have any feedback, let me know. Sorry this video took so long to come out. I've been super tired lately. If there's an area you'd like me to cover sooner rather than later, let me know, and I'll work towards that. Feedback is always appreciated. But yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to feed Torrent, praise the ring, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!